let's now go on to our first topic, which is garbage segregation and reduction practices of Japan and other countries around the world. All right? And before we go to the discussion proper, I would like to leave you with these three questions. First, what is the reason behind separating garbage into each category? And then next, is garbage segregation done in your country or your city or your town? And then third, what can we do to reduce our garbage? To introduce our topic, I would first want you to watch our video.
Hello everyone, my name is Shi Jinzhu. I'm from Benxi, China, and I would like to share garbage sorting customs in my hometown and the experience in Japan.
Interesting video, Shi. Yeah, I must admit that knowing how to separate or where to put your battery and your hair is a little bit difficult here in Japan. So why are you interested in this topic?
Yeah, just as the video shows, in my hometown there are no strict rules about garbage sorting. But when I come to Sapporo, the garbage sorting rules are really strict. So I want to ask you about your country's garbage sorting rules and the policies. Is garbage sorting a problem in your country? And I would like to hear about your experience. What do you think about garbage sorting? And what do you think about the strict garbage sorting rule in Japan? That's why I pick up this topic.
Thank you. But before we actually move on to the questions, I would like to explain how garbage sorting or garbage segregation is done here in Sapporo. So we have here a pile of garbage, and I would like to ask our friends here to help me separate the garbage into the 6 different kinds of waste. So guys, please.
Okay.
Sure. You know, this banana is not garbage, so I will be taking this banana.
Okay, this is for dry batteries.
This is the bottle.
This is burnable. This is paper.
Where is paper?
Paper. This is paper.
Plastic is
I already took it out. The plastic is there.
Plastic is here.
How about burnable?
Waste.
Burnable
Where
is
is that
electronic
banana?
waste.
Electronic waste is there. Let's put it there.
Okay, but burnable waste is with.
That's a nice banana.
All right.
I think it's located here.
Yeah.
Yeah. that is
Perfect.
the burnable.
Right as usual.
All right. So as you can see, Sapporo separates garbage into 6 different types. Yeah, it looks like a lot compared to other places. Do you guys know what is the reason behind this kind of separation system? Why are we separating the garbage into each category?
Yeah, especially as you know, and as everyone knows, like Japan is one of the developed country and which is mainly important in sustainability growth or sustainability management. And then here is one of the reason. And then they are separating the garbage for 6 kind of trashes, or it may be like 6 kinds of varieties. For example, why it is important means, like, for example, like conservation of natural resources and reducing the greenhouse gases and energy conservation and decreased populations, for example. And when it comes to the conservation and the natural resources, the recycling of plastics is take place very important role, especially using organic waste to the methane gas, and it is also one of the advantage in conservation of natural resources like that. Especially this is very important key points for Japanese, not only for Japan, for all over the world who want to control the garbage sorting and to avoid the global warming.
Would you like to add something?
It's very interesting, like especially here in Japan, like they don't have many resources. Like I have noticed that resources here in Japan are very little. So they always use recycling methods. Like in Jordan, also we don't have a lot of resources. So that's why we are adapting recycling methods and using Japanese technology in recycling. This is very important to keep in mind, because this is a trend worldwide. It's very important.
All right. Thank you for that. Would you guys like to add something, or?
Well, in Sweden, we also recycle quite a lot, and we divide it in even more kinds of categories than in Japan. For example, yeah, for example, we would not have plastic bottles and cans and glass bottles together. We would separate them all into each different category, and then we would also separate like white glass and green glass. So
Like,
I
what is
think
the advantage of separation?
I guess they make it easier just for the companies to recycle the proper. They will not have to like divide it anything when they go to the recycling place. So it has to make it even easier.
All right. Kritika, did our friends from Facebook or YouTube say anything?
Well, like we have many participants who are right now looking at us, and we are very happy to have you here. Let me check some of the comments from Facebook. That is, a few days back, Laila Foggia. I'm sorry if I mispronounced the name. She said like garbage is a problem in Indonesia because regulations, they are not enough. So she is trying her best along with her teachers, her friends, to contribute to reduce this problem. And well done, Laila. This is like, before any government do anything, you personally or individually, you should be starting with all those things. So I'm very happy that you are doing it and contributing to the society. What do you think, guys?
We're happy for her.
Okay.
Really. All the support.
Okay, and I will read another comments from YouTube. It's Huhen Dongti. I'm sorry if I mispronounced the name. He said every kind of garbage was made from various materials which are treated differently by different appropriate method. So we should sort them to save time and money to recycle new materials. And I think we separate garbage to collect resources, to recycle, to use as energy, and to reuse.
But I would like to ask you another question. Do you think the system of segregation, of garbage segregation in every city or every town depends on the technology available in that particular place? For example, Sapporo has incinerators, so they can afford to burn the burnable garbage. Do you agree with that? Or what do you think about that?
If it is about garbage segregation, then yeah, it's there. If there is only policy and people are not aware like why the garbage should be segregated, then there's no use of that policy, right? Yeah. you need to realize like the problem of urbanization and increased consumerism. It will directly increase the generation of waste. So you should be aware that why garbage segregation is being done. If you ask about Nepal, so like well, we do have garbage segregation, but it is in the grassroots level. For example, we have degradable and non-degradable. So what we do is we separate the organic waste from the other one. But in some municipality, what people do is they have a method called suiro. Like if you want to know what suiro is, like it is a metal hook with long stem like this. So it can hold a large number of plastic bag there. Those kind of plastic bag, they will not get blown away by the wind. So like they will get collected in one place. And at the end, when that long stem is full, so you can just take that all those plastic and put it in a bag, and then you can dispose it.
Oh, that's great, Kritika. I don't know, like.
Yeah, we do have, but the problem is, like it is not being implemented in every municipality. Maybe like people are not that much aware of garbage segregation, or like people think before garbage segregation, there are some other issues which should be addressed. So we do have this kind of thing. And in hospital, generally, like, medical waste is a very big problem everywhere because it can result in infection. So in hospital, we have 4 types of garbage segregation. We separate blood-related products separately, plastic bottles separately, and paper separately, as well as like organic materials separately. So yeah, this kind of segregation we have in Nepal.
All right. But for at least for domestic waste, so you mentioned the use of plastic bags. Do you guys also use plastic bags which have different colors, just like here in Japan?
Unfortunately, we don't have different plastic bag. We don't have different colors. It's like we just dispose everything in one same color.
Because here in Sapporo, we put all our burnable garbage, meaning the food waste, inside yellow plastic bags. And do you know the reason why the plastic bags are colored yellow? Yeah. Why?
Yes, because the yellow, because the crow in Sapporo, that's why. Crow in Sapporo is really, really like you can see that this is the one we use for burnable. Yeah. Yes, in Sapporo, and this is what we use for others categorization. Yeah, you can see that.
And this is like special yellow color.
Yeah, special yellow color.
Special yellow.
So there is a research, especially in Sapporo, to search how we can make the crow not looking inside the bag. Yeah. So yes, and it's scientifically proven.
So apparently, crows cannot see the yellow color, so they cannot look inside the bag. And that's why we put all the burnable garbage inside the yellow plastic bag. We have a lot of crows here in Sapporo, and they are so big and so smart.
It's so huge. It's so huge. The crows here. I was like shocked about the size of the crows. Like I don't know.
Yes, and also another fact about the yellow plastic bag is that we actually have to pay for them. We have to buy these plastic bags in supermarkets or convenience stores, and they cost quite a lot. So do you guys know the reason why those plastic bags are expensive?
Well, in my opinion, it's made of plastic. So maybe that's why it's expensive, because Japan lacks this resource. And also, I think that they want people to use these plastic bags wisely. So that's why you can see many sizes of these plastic bags, like 40 liter, 55 liter, 60 liter. And these sizes are very efficient, and you can use it very well to maintain the reuse of these bags. So it's very good to know that about Japan. And I think I admire the yellow color information about the crows. like it's very new to me.
Yeah, so the point about using the plastic wisely is correct. It also serves as a way to force people to reduce their burnable waste. So because you are paying for the plastic, then of course you have to reduce your burnable waste and not put all your other stuff like plastics and paper inside the yellow plastic bag. Because if you put all your garbage inside, then you will have to pay a lot for plastic bags, basically. All right. So, Kritika, do we have more comments on YouTube?
Okay, so we have some comments here, and let me check it out. I cannot read his name. Maybe it's in Russian language. Sorry, but he says like, I need Yakut, Russia. We don't have a garbage segregation, and it is a huge problem for future health, life, and environment. Especially, all the solid waste in my hometown go to fulfills. Besides that, another guy, he said, Rent Ramos. I'm very sorry for mispronounce. He says, in Batangas city, we don't use plastic bag. Our city mayor advocates a green city. Instead of using plastic, we use paper bags. Well, I think, yeah, I really think that's a good idea.
Well, I think that using paper bags is very efficient because when you recycle paper and make use of this recycled paper as bags for trash, so this would be a great idea to use resources wisely, and especially like in a city like his city, I think it's a green, sustainable approach. So I think it's great, man.
I think it is good to follow this message, and then if you use, as you said, like using the paper bags, it will be very good, and then easy to recycle, and we can provide the job opportunity for the people, like because some people are not aware of this one, and we have to educate them by giving the information about the paper bags, what is the advantage of using the paper bags. So maybe it will be helpful.
Well, I have a question. Like, how about you guys? Do you have garbage segregation rule in your country or not?
Well, actually, Kritika, that's a very good introduction to the next question. Our second question is, as I've introduced earlier, is garbage segregation done in your country or city?
Okay, well, I think I already addressed that question though. I said like we have two forms, that is organic and inorganic, or degradable or non-degradable. In this two way, we separate our garbage. While in hospital, there are some more categories to separate medical waste, because medical waste are harmful if they are not segregated or like they are not disposed properly. So yeah, we do have garbage segregation. Maybe it is not that much popular because people still are not much aware why garbage segregation is needed, but we have already started our garbage segregation process.
Well, I think, Kritika, that we have something in common between Nepal and Jordan, because we have the same system as in Nepal, and I think it's very good, but I think the problem is with the media. We need a lot of people to participate in this process, and we need a lot of educational background people, like capable to transfer the ideas from papers to actual on-site ideas. So it's very important to do that. But I think we have like interesting things about garbage segregation from other countries, like maybe Sweden.
We actually have a world map here. I like maps. So now we have a map here, and then we will put this small red dot to indicate which countries are actually doing waste segregation. So we now put this dot in Japan because we are here, and then we are discussing, of course, we're discussing Japanese waste segregation, and now we're asking our student panelists their practices in their own country, right? So we were talking about Sweden.
Yeah, sure. I can start. Like I said before, we do a lot of garbage segregation in Sweden, and every community has their like garbage area where they can bring all their garbage. It doesn't matter if it's small garbage or if it's a bed or anything you want to throw, you bring to this area, and you throw it in the right container or the right box, and then the government will take it away, and well, obviously they take the fees from our taxes. But yeah, so let me put this.
Yeah, let's award
thing.
Sweden with a red dot.
But Kim, you told me some interesting stuff about Sweden. Like I'm just interested in something about Sweden. Like they separate different colored glass. So why is this information? Like it's very interesting to me.
Well, in the case of separate colored glass, it's because it's easier to recycle. Because you need I don't know how they make the glass, but I guess that you use different colors in the glass anyway, right? So if you have white glass, you can just recycle it easily. And if you have the white glass and the green glass separated, you do not have to like color the glass or try to take away the colors. I guess that's would be the reason.
Thanks, but I don't know about India. Like Deepo, my man. Like I think India. You have a half and half situation. Like you told me, the situation is a little bit like different.
Yeah, India is like, you know, I never heard about this one before, but nowadays we are having many environmentalists and many scientists who are working on this field, and especially they are concentrating on the global warming. So I think I can put the sticker, but still I'm not sure. So maybe I don't put. because when I compare to Japan, it will be not that much 100% or 60 to 70%, because we don't have that segregation of garbage in India especially.
You know, I thank you for this information, but I will put one sticker for Jordan, because we are a small country and small population, but I think the effort for segregating the garbage in Jordan is very commendable, and people are trying their best to segregate their garbage. So I will take a sticker and put it for Jordan.
Can I have one sticker for Nepal as well? We are also initiating.
So you're also trying your best. So
Yeah.
maybe you could put a sticker for Nepal.
Yeah,
Nepal.
like we are a very small
ahead.
country
Go
though.
ahead.
Go ahead, Kritika.
I want to put the sticker.
All right. Since you're talking about your countries, in the Philippines, there is actually a law saying that garbage should be segregated, but it depends on your local municipalities, like your city or your town. It depends on them to make their own rules on how to segregate garbage. So the earlier comment was from Batangas City, and that's a city in the Philippines. So
Okay.
yeah, maybe I can give my country half a sticker.
Half sticker, right?
Half?
Not the full one, half.
Yeah. Well, the problem is, we might have rules, but sometimes the people don't really want to follow
Yeah,
rules.
exactly. I guess that's a problem everywhere.
Sorry.
And I want to talk about Indonesia, my country. My face. Okay. Indonesia have segregation too, but we are not really obey it like Nepal. So I want to put that one. The same condition as
I think
Nepal.
Indonesia, Jordan, and Nepal, they have the same situation like India.
Yes.
But still, you all put the stickers.
we are
and then
optimists. We are
Are you jealous, Deepo? Are you jealous?
not jealous. Maybe some.
Okay,
like
I think India also deserves a sticker just for the good people there that are trying their best to segregate the garbage. You know, I think each country deserve, especially the people working hard to segregate the garbage and help for a better future, for a better. We love Earth. We love Earth.
All right.
they are doing best. But thank you so much for all.
All right.
You're most welcome.
Do we have more YouTube comments?
Okay,
Or
let
Facebook comments?
let me check, because like there are many people who are watching and commenting about us. Mohan Chand, he says, if we can segregate the each kind of garbage, we can reuse in different form. It is important to use the waste as a resource. I think this is one of the most important reason for segregation. Okay, I think it's really good idea. All we are talking about is reduce, reuse, and recycle, right?
Yes, but Kritika, I don't know, like resource management is very important. And I thank you for bringing up this idea and this concept, because this concept is one of the most important concepts in garbage segregation, just to maintain our resources for next generations. And this is very important. Thank you. Thank you very much for this.
Okay, I also have another comment. He is David Libertino. He said, I come from Milan, Italy.
Davide. Yeah, he's my friend.
There, and there is a kind of good segregation, but it is only a recent thing. Yes.
Yeah.
I think.
So maybe we can put a sticker on Italy.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
So it's recently in Italy, so maybe we can put a sticker like you said, my friend, on Italy.
All right.
Yeah, and another, Loreto Cunningham, he says, in my small town in America, garbage separation is a recent idea.
Yeah. So Loreto is also my friend.
Okay.
He is from the US. Oh. Way to go, friends.
Okay. We are very happy to receive all of your comments. Please keep on
Yeah.
commenting.
Thank you for your comments.
But you know, I think like you know.
Okay, that's kind of. Let's just put another sticker on the US. Sorry, but well, I guess Canada also does.
Yeah, but those both comments, like I think they emphasize that garbage segregation in their countries are recently done. So
Yes.
so it's something new to the people there. But I think it was like in Japan for a long time. Yeah. Yeah, I think like we have been introduced to something new here in Japan, and garbage segregation has been introduced to people here in Japan for a long time compared to our countries.
Yes.
So for my country, Jordan, we can benefit from Japan's experts in garbage segregation and utilizing the resources from the garbage.
Now,
Okay.
what do you think will inspire people to segregate their garbage or to separate their waste? Because now we said that we all agree that there are people who don't do it now, but there's a reason why they don't do it. So what do you think will make them do it?
Pay them money. Give people money for their garbage.
No.
Yes, yes.
All right.
Just,
All right,
it's,
let's
it's,
listen
it's
first.
something like an idea in Germany. If you get your PET bottles and collect them and clean them and put them in a garbage disposal, specially made for PET bottles, you can collect money from this machine. And this is a good idea in Germany. So I have a lot of PET bottles that maybe I could use and collect some money from it.
All right, thank you, Tamir. Would you like to dissent?
I just want to say that just because of money, if you want to do or if you want to save environment, there is no need of answering that questions, because we have to think about the future. If we think about the money for 10 yen and 20 yen, we will lose our our situations or maybe the environment resources. So instead of paying for money or anything, we have to educate the people why the global warming is important, like why the natural resources are important. So that's why we can control and we can.
But you know, I don't mind like extra money, you know, from the garbage. So
Well,
I don't
no
mind.
one does.
No one does.
No one
yes,
minds
no one
extra
does. You
money,
don't
yes.
mind.
And
And it's a small encouragement fee for people that are doing very well to maintain resources for next generations. How about you, Kim? Could you say something about this?
Well, you were talking about the PET bottle system in Germany, and this is a system we have had in Sweden for a long while too. So like when you buy a PET bottle, the price, like about 5 to 10% of the price is added to the price you have to pay for this drink that you're buying. And then when you return the bottle, you can withdraw that money. So if you don't return your bottles, you're actually losing money. That's how it works. How is it working in China?
In China, also have this kind of rules. If we bought a bottle of beer, then if we return the bottle, then we get money. I think this rule is really
Is
good.
it only for beer or?
I just buy beer for my father. Yeah, so I know this kind of rules.
All right. So, do we have more comments describing systems from other places?
Okay, let me see some of them. Jessica Serron, she said like in Peru they have garbage segregation, but like not in the large scale. They are private companies and other specific institutions in compliance with environment commitments. And Alex Hunter, he said, well, people in Indonesia still have minimum awareness as like our government it started from school students, from the younger generation. And Lutfanisha, she says, also people here in Indonesia still burn their garbage. So, I guess
so-
we in
so I
Nepal
don't
as
know-
well, we incinerate garbage.
Yeah, but Kritika, I don't know like about the garbage thing. Like we need some more information about that. How about you introduce some more information about this?
About which garbage?
About garbage, yeah.
Well, you know, more than just separating the garbage we have already produced, you know, it's actually better to reduce the waste that we are producing, which brings me to our third question. Well, what can we do to reduce our garbage? So, would anyone like to answer that?
I think garbage reduction is very hard. Like, look at these images. Like, I'm shocked. From where are these images?
From my city.
Okay.
It's back in 2005 in Louis Gajah. So it's like a disaster, really disaster, of course.
Now it's already full.
Yeah, but this is when that happened. So I thought it's connected to the last question about how to make people to reduce their trash, is to show them the harsh reality. You know, like if you don't do that earlier, it will be done in your city. It is real, not like you cannot see it or something. And then that is make me to the another point. It's like this. Okay, thank you, Kim. So like what Wes said, that actually we just not need to reduce the recycle one, but it is started from the first thing we do when we produce something, or we call it consumption cycle. So rather than we just reduce our garbage, we must start it from the first time we make it, from the extraction of our natural resources first, or we can start to reduce it in production pace, or maybe we can start it from distribution. And of course, the main thing of the consumption cycle is consumption. You know, so why we have garbage, because we have consumption, right? So this is the big thing, and recycle is after that. So okay, I will explain you the next thing. So this is what is my word. So actually it's like 3R, right? Reuse, recycle. But now I want to add one more. The new one is, because it's already 2016, right? We must rethink about it. So if you rethink, you can always rethink about what do you do before that. You can rethink about reduce, you can rethink about reuse, you can rethink about recycle. You must rethink about everything you want to buy, either it's important to you or not. Because what actually happening to you will be affect all each other, the earth. So this led me to the threat. So why you must care about your garbage? Because yes, you will always matter. See, even the word is really this big. You are this tiny, but it's really connecting. So you think it's no matter, but it's always matter. Of course. Okay, so that's what you can do, the abstracting, if you want to reduce your garbage. So anybody want to help me from?
I think that rethink is really good idea because basically to reduce garbage from like a macro label or from a big company, before they start, we should be doing it from individually, like how can we individually reduce our garbage. So when I came to Japan, I was like, for the first time, I increased lots of garbage personally because they have I was not oriented about the garbage segregation process as well. And I just prefer using lots of tissue papers. And I used to buy I used to buy bottle rings. Later on, when I did not have time to throw my garbage according to proper days, then I just realized I should be reducing my garbage. So these days, what I do is I don't buy single-use beverage like can or small PET bottle. Instead, I buy a big one, and then I use my reusable bottle so that I can refill it time and again every day when I come to my university. Second thing, rather than using plastic and rather than asking for plastic in supermarket, what I do is I always carry my reusable bag so that I don't have to ask them for extra plastic and I don't have to throw extra plastic later on.
But you know, Kritika, like I think the bags here, especially plastic bags, you pay for it, yeah?
Yeah,
like
we
I
need to
always
pay.
I always pay 5 yen or 10 yen for the bag.
Exactly, depending
and
upon
really,
the size.
really, I hate it. Yeah, I hate to pay for the bag. So I always bring my bags with me to the shop just to buy some things, you know.
I do the same.
And I discovered that this is good for the environment also. So
Exactly.
why not? Good for the pocket and good for the environment. And this
Yes.
approach is very interesting in Japan because in my country you don't buy the plastic bags; they give it for free.
Free.
So
Okay,
if
yeah.
they give the plastic bags for free, people will take it easy on throwing all of this plastic to the environment. So it's very interesting here in Japan, really, really.
I think the concept of rethink that Ami mentioned is very nice, or it's very, it's very smart. Because in Japan, especially if you're new in Japan, you're tempted to buy a lot of things. For example, personally, I was tempted to buy a lot of winter clothes because, it's winter. So, let's buy all this nice winter clothes. And sometimes clothes are cheap. And then you end up just accumulating a lot of clothes. And so, first of all, rethink. So, before you buy clothes or other things, you have to always consider whether you're going to use it for a very long time, and then that's when you buy it. But if it's something that's just a trend or something that you think is nice, something that you want to buy out of impulse, then you have to use all your willpower to stop yourself from buying these clothes. And also, if you already accumulated a lot of clothes, then you can always donate these clothes to the less fortunate
yes.
people, or there are retail stores which accept old clothes where you can take your clothes from your closet if you don't like them anymore, and give it to them, and then they will give you some incentive.
Yeah, I usually do that because if I give my old clothes to Second Street rather than throwing it, then at least someone will be benefited with that. It's reusing, right? And another is we are student, we just keep on printing paper so much time. So rather than printing one paper, we can print on both sides. So we will not use another paper. Maybe it is not that big step, because for some people one paper will not count much, but in a big scale it still counts a lot, right?
Well, that's interesting, Kritika. But I don't know about Second Street because many of our viewers they don't know Second Street. So maybe you could say something about Second Street in Japan.
It's the place where you can buy second-hand thing. But like secondhand thing is, for example, you bought a T-shirt of 1,000 yen, and like you don't want to use it, you don't want to throw it. So what you do is you wash your clothes and then you give it to those secondhand shop. What they do is they reduce the price. It will not cost exact the same. It will never cost the same, but yeah, other people who are here in Japan for a short time, who don't want to take those clothes with you. For example, like in Sapporo, winter is for 3-4 months, right? And those people who are exchange student, they don't want to buy big down jacket. Rather than throwing it, we can just give it to secondhand shop, and then like they can buy it in really cheap rate. Of course, they need to pay for sure, but still cheaper than what you usually get in supermarkets or departmental store.
Would you like to add something, Ami?
Yes, talking about clothes, I want to talk about the more closer to us, food. Yes. So we already skipped that. So actually, food is the most is the one that we are like to wasting so much. Like a third of our food production is going to wasting or is be garbage. So I think we must reaching about what we eat and what we do not eat. So if you go to grocery, yes, like what Will said, is he talks about clothes, I talk about food. So you must calculate it. What do you want to eat? So it will be not be a waste in the next day. Maybe.
You know, I'm interested about like how in Sweden, like how does food compare to Japan and Sweden? Food prices, because like I think compared to Jordan, like the vegetables here and also the fruits are very expensive. So I have to think very hard before taking the choice, and also to reduce my consumption of some kind of foods here. So how about Sweden?
Yeah, I think, yes, as you say, vegetables and especially fruit is very expensive in Japan. And, well, in the aspect of wasting food, this might be a good thing because you might not buy more than you need. Yeah. But, yeah, in Sweden, it's much cheaper. However, we have this concept in Sweden, like usually you go and buy food maybe once a week, or like one time for 2 weeks, which means a lot of your food might very well go bad in your fridge before you can use it. So
I think
So
it's
thank you
good
for
idea.
that, but I think we should also
Look for
listen
comments.
to our YouTube commenters.
Like, you know, I just now got a very interesting thing. It's from Nepal. Kamal Chapagai, he writes like in many places of Nepal, people sell or buy the urine so that they can use as fertilizer for farmers. Have you ever heard about this one? Selling and buying of fertilizer? Selling and buying of urine as fertilizer?
Well,
interesting for
urine
me.
or excrement from animals, yes, but from humans.
How about human?
Well, I would slightly disagree with that because there would be some health concerns. You see, but yeah.
And I would like to add another comment. Reni Rohimawati, she says, if the plastic bag price increase at every shop, we might consider not to buy that plastic bag. Well, I think like many participants, they have focused on pay for plastic. Like Luft Anisa Salsabila, she also said like waste is the emergency in Indonesia, and they should be focusing in like reduction of waste. Similarly, Raymondas Primanda, he said like his favorite campaign was pay for plastic, and the influence was really great. But like only limited number of people were interested about that one, and they care about the environment. Still, we should not be depressed about this one, right?
All right. Thank you very much for your comments. We appreciate all your comments. Unfortunately, we can't read all of them. Would you like to say something? What you have learned from this discussion?
Well, I'm really happy to hear the fantastic discussion from you. And because some of the information you said that I couldn't read in the book or on the internet, the purpose I want to talk about garbage sorting is that I really think garbage sorting and the rule in Japan is really great. Yeah, and not only for solving the resources, but also benefiting the environment. I would like you to know there is a country who do really well in garbage sorting. Then if you think the same as me, maybe you can introduce these rules to your country, to your countries, and that's my purpose.
Well, yeah. Well, the Japanese system is truly admirable, and well, if other countries can emulate it, then I guess it will be really good for everyone. Well, that's it, guys. That's it for our first topic. Yeah. Thank you for all your comments.